November, or no, December right now. So have yourself a merry little Christmas, you guys. And of course, if you're from the Philippines, you will know that this like Christmas starts in September. The moment the end of the month ends in Burr, we feeling it, man. We are feeling the Christmas spirit. It lasts till January, maybe February. So with that, I'm here with my October and November wrap up. So I think I did much better this time, considering how most of my year has been going. And if my if my wrap-ups here don't match my Goodreads, it's because sometimes what I'm reading isn't on Goodreads. You know how that is sometimes? And so I personally document it in my own notebook, so at least I know. But anyway, this is just for you guys to like give you guys updates on what I have read. So to start off in the month of October, my birth month, I finished, excuse me, it's all here in a stack. I finished these comics that were lent to me by a very good friend, Batman Endgame Part 1, Part 2, well, that's a bit late now, but yeah, Batman Endgame, and then, pretty much, yeah, Batman Endgame, all the parts, 6 parts or 7, that was, I was able to get that done in October, and then I read, Uzumaki by Junji Ito, and so basically, is this a good scene? Yeah, okay, so it's like this, and it's really big, and nope, can't show that for kid in case. Okay, so here, just it's a lot of spirals because Uzumaki means like spiral or something, and my best friend lent this to me, and she was like, you will never look at spirals the same way again. And that is so true. And like, even if you're not scared as you read it, the thing is, because you're reading it, it sticks in here, so sometimes it'll come up at you at like the weirdest time. So just a warning if you were to read this, but I did find it very interesting, and I couldn't really put it down. After that, what else did I pick up? No, these are all November. Oops. Okay, I picked up Battle Royale, Angel's Border. This is I haven't watched the movie and I haven't read the book, despite it being over there. And you can, as you can see, my shelves have gotten a little bit messy. These are like 4 stories about the other kids in the class, and who didn't really have much of a backstory. So, yeah, this is that. It's pretty good. It's entertaining. I finished it in an afternoon. And then for, you know, Halloween, I finished this after. I didn't really get a lot of reading done in October, but for November, it's a pretty good month. The Witch Doesn't Burn in this one by Amanda Lovelace, and I love how the font is red, and it's really nice. But if the princess saves herself in this one was about pain and strength, this one is angry. Like, I feel, well, obviously, I mean, like, the witch doesn't burn in this one, burn whoever tries to burn you. I get it, like, I felt the anger, and it's nice because she can put words into, I would say, female anger that are just right. But yeah, that's it, all I have to say about this, and it was a good read. I might, you know, flip through it again. And then my best friend also lent me Stardust by Neil Gaiman, and this is the graphic, it's like kind of like a graphic novel, but I mean, you have to read it still. So it was much more entertaining this time around because I could see the pictures, because my only reference for Stardust was the movie. So, you know, I was expecting, oh, this is gonna happen, oh, this is gonna happen, oh, it didn't happen, whoa, you know. So I actually ended up liking this a lot more, but I can see why they changed certain things in the movie now. So after that, it is November, and I was still kind of like on this fantasy kick thing because, you know, I wasn't able to read as much as I wanted for October, which is like the fantasy month, the spooky month. I had so many books lined up to read, but I couldn't quite bring myself to get to them. So yeah, anytime I feel pressure to read, I just don't. You know, have you ever felt that? So even if it's like a fun book, if there's like pressure surrounding it, that's why I can never really do reading readathons very well, because I seem to shut down just a little because of the pressure. I'm like, this is supposed to be fun, but for some people it is fun, but like for me, I can't, you know. So anyway, I finished Roald Dahl's The Witches. I also watched the movie first when I was a kid, and it really freaked me out. And then I read this, I'm like, oh, he doesn't seem as smart as he did when I was a kid. Like, oh, but I realized, you know, it's in the mind of a kid. Makes sense. But yeah, Roald Dahl, The Witches. It's pretty good. I mean, yeah. And then I also finished reading some magazines that I bought earlier from this year, and a little bit later this year. So, but before that, I bought this a year ago, and it's called Dust Devils by Rio Alma. And it's very nice because it is the Tagalog poem and the English translation on the other side. So I really got to see a beautiful like way that it would I just like reading the original and the translation side by side, because you could just, you know, see where things change, or let's say things get lost in translation. And so sometimes you can grasp all of it, sometimes you can only grasp half of it, or you can get what they're trying to say but you never get the details, you know. So that's that. And then I started reading Patti Smith's collected lyrics from 1970 to 2015. Very interesting. I think that her poems or lyrics got better towards the end, because she really, like, you can see at the start she's really finding herself. She uses a lot of words like thee, thou, and very what's the word, Shakespearean. But then when it gets more, as she grows as an author, as a writer, you can really see she's finding her own voice and rhythm. She still has a little bit of what she started with, but it's evolved. Also, I was not really comfortable that she did use like the N-word sometimes here. So I just want anyone who's reading to know that is in here. So yeah. Beyond that, we have magazines called Smith Journal, which I really enjoy, because all of the articles are just like, they're just long enough to keep you interested, but not too long that you get bored, and they just have a way of picking the right subjects. So if you ever just want something to browse, Smith Journal. They're from Australia, and from the same publishing house we have Frankie, which is more of a female-based, female-centered, female-targeted magazine, which is the same, and you still get the same vibe from the kind of articles they pick, and then it's of course very cute. After that, I also read Tank, which is really more of a fashion magazine than anything. And I also, to be completely honest with you, I only got this magazine because it came with stickers. Okay? Like, stickers. So I'm not gonna pretend I'm like, oh, I really like the articles. Like, no, I wanted the stickers. Okay. I also got to read Art Plus. So I wanted to like get to know how art is written about in the Philippines and Asian art in general, how it's seen, etc., etc. You know, it was interesting. And then I finished Secret Origins, the New 52, featuring Grayson, how Dick Grayson basically got recruited into Spiral. And then Convergence, Hawkman. I don't know why this was included in the box that I was lent, but it was still an interesting and fun read. And then Starfire and Grayson, 1 and 2, or 7 and 8. It was so cute because like I didn't realize how much I shipped them until like I read this. I'm like, huh, they're so good together, and just yes. So yeah, that's it. Those are all the things I read October to November, and I'm gonna have just one separate one just for December. And maybe because I bought a lot of books this year, but I didn't do any hauls, and so I think I'm gonna do a 2019 haul. I don't know how many parts that's gonna be or how that's gonna end up happening, but yeah, that's it. So thank you guys for watching, thank you for sticking around, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.